Hello students, so let's begin by looking at assignment 4.1. This is a set of practice questions on quadratic functions. So we begin by trying to solve a couple of simple quadratic equations over here in 4.1. So let's get started, right? So those of you who need extra explanation, I hope this video guide is going to help you. So we are supposed to solve 9y squared plus 21y minus 18 equals to 0. That means we're trying to find y. Now the first thing we're going to do, of course, is to figure out if we could factorize, right? So by looking at this, I can observe and see that, okay, I can actually extract out 3, right? So this will give me 3y squared plus 7y minus 6, right? This is equal to 0. That means 3y squared plus 7y minus 6 is equal to 0, right? Because 0 divided by 3 gives us 0. Then after that, we can try to factorize this. Okay, there are a couple of different methods you can employ. One of the most basic ones that some of you may have learned is to use the cross method, which in this case, we are trying to get the 7y over here. So 6 can be a couple of combo. It could be 2 by 3, right? And then what happens is I get 9y here, I will get 2y here. That means positive, negative, right? So I factorize this, I'll get 3y minus 2 multiplied by y plus 3. This is equal to 0. From here, it means 3y minus 2 is equal to 0, or y plus 3 is equal to 0. So that gives us y equals to 2/3, or y equals to negative 3. Right? Moving on. Here is another question that we want to actually solve. So in this case, again, the first thing we want to do is we see if we can factorize, right? To factorize, we get b squared minus 25 over here equals to 0. That means b squared minus 5 squared is equals to 0. Therefore, b plus 5 multiplied by b minus 5 equals to 0. So b plus 5 is equals to 0, or b minus 5 is equals to 0. That means my b is negative 5, or my b is positive 5. Right? Okay, moving on. Over here, we're supposed to solve another one over here. Okay, so again, the idea is let's try to factorize whenever we can. So I can factorize 7x squared. That seems reasonable. So 7x squared, and then I will have x plus 3. Yep, that looks like what's happening. So that means 7x squared is equal to 0, or x plus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equals to 0, or x is equals to negative 3. Right? Moving on, next one, we have 6x squared minus x minus 15. Well, there's no common factor to extract, so we got to use a cross method or something equivalent. And let's see if we can sort this one out, right? So 6, I can try 3x and 2x. And then if we have 5 here and 3 here, this will give us 9x. This will give us 10x since we want negative. This will be positive, negative, positive. Right? Looks good. Okay. So from here, we have 3x minus 5 multiplied by 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, 3x minus 5 is equal to 0, or 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. X is equal to 5 over 3, or x is equal to negative 3 over 2. Okay, moving on. Hence, solve the equation. So what happened is when we compare part 2 with part 1, we realize that the x over here is equivalent to the y minus 3, right? So therefore, just by comparing, y minus 3 is equal to 5 over 3, or y minus 3 is equal to negative 3 over 2. Therefore, y is equals to 5 over 3 plus 3 will give us 14 over 3, right? Or, in this case, it will be 3 over 2. right? Okay, almost done. This one, how about this question, right? So in this question, couple of things to do, right? So over here, we can make the denominator common, or there's actually another way to approach this, right? If I have d squared over 25 is equals to 4 over 9, right? So this gives us d over 5 squared is equals to 2/3 squared, correct? So from here, okay, we can figure out that actually d over 5 is equals to plus minus 2/3. So d will be equals to 10 over 3 plus minus, right? Yep, that works. Interesting question. Could we have approached this in another manner? We could, maybe just to show you. Let me clear it out. Remember the answer, plus minus 10 over 3. Let's see if we can, is there another approach to do this? Okay, another way you can do this is actually 2/3 squared minus d over 5 squared equals to 0. That gives us 2/3 plus d over 5 equals to 0. Or, okay, let me do it properly. Multiply by 2/3 minus d over 5 equals to 0. That gives us, let me write it on this side, right? 2/3 plus d over 5 equals to 0, or 2/3 minus d over 5 equals to 0, right? So from here, d over 5 equals to negative 2/3. d is equals to negative 10 over 3. Similarly, on this side, d over 5 is equals to 2/3. d is equals to positive 10 over 3. Same solution, right? So there's more than one ways to approach this. Okay, explain why it has no real solution. It's quite real to me. There is a real solution. Nah, okay, so this is not good. It's cool, right? Here, there's an error in the question, so take note of that. Okay, yep, let me double confirm, running through my mind. Yeah, square this, divided by 25. Yeah, there's real solution. So there's an error with the question. So I'll do ignore this. I will mention it in class. Okay, next one. Now we solve this. Okay, how do we approach this type of question? Well, what we can do is we first of all expand everything. So in this case, I could expand this. So I will get 1/3. We have 2q squared minus 3q minus 8q, that will be minus 11q plus 12 is equals to 6, right? So that will be 2q squared minus 11q plus 12 over 3. Let me write it properly. This is equals to minus 6 equals to 0. So now I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. Okay, so that will give us 2q squared minus 11q plus 12 minus 18 is equals to 0. 2q squared minus 11q minus 6 is equals to 0. Now I factorize this. That will give us 2q and q here. So I could put 6 here, I could put 1 here, and I want negative 11. That means this will be negative, this will be positive, right? So this is 0. Okay, so that means 2q plus 1 equals to 0, or q minus 6 is equals to 0, q equals to negative half. or Q is equal to 6. Okay, right, next one. Now, if x equals to 5 is a solution to the equation, find the value of Q. So what happened is, right, we just need to substitute when x is equal to 5. Let's see what happened, right? So we have 5 squared minus Q, 5 plus 10 is equal to 0. Okay, so that will give us 25 minus 5Q plus 10 is equal to 0. 5Q is equals to 35. Q is equal to 7. All good, right? So hence find the other solution of the equation. So now that we know what Q is, the quadratic will look like this. X squared minus 7x plus 10 is equal to 0. And when we factorize this, we actually have x minus 5, x minus 2 in this way, right? So x minus 5 equals to 0, or x minus 2 equals to 0, x is equals to 5, or x is equals to 2. So therefore, the other solution is x equals to 2. Okay, so that's the solution for the first assignment. I hope you've been successful. Have a nice day.